Hey guys, Doom here. Couple of things before I get started, real small. Number one, I don't script any of my videos. Number two, I'm gonna be on vacation when this Warbond comes out, so I'm really gonna be clamoring for news because I come back on the 28th. So I want to start off with first off the obvious news. This is the old news. Is Helldivers coming to Xbox? It's a week away. It's going to be a huge boost for the player base. It's going to be a huge boost for the community. It's going to be a giant step forward for the game because now we'll have the most possible Helldivers in the game ever. So as big updates drop, the player base is just going to explode every time we have a big update now because there's going to be so many people on. Secondly, the Warbond is both a Halo-themed Warbond and a stealth-themed Warbond. So they knocked out two birds with one stone, and all the Halo fans are losing their mind, and all people who want a stealth Warbond are going to be happy. So I want to get into this. First thing, I've never played Halo. I've never played Halo. I don't know anything about them, so no disrespect. I know very little about Halo. My Halo lore knowledge is basically zero. I thought about reading some wiki stuff before this, but I did not. I know ODST stands for Orbital Drop Shock Troopers, but in Helldivers, it's Obedient Democracy Sport Troopers, which is hilarious. I did look up the timeline of Halo, and Halo, in Earth years takes place much farther ahead of the Helldivers universe. So I find this pretty funny because now it's like, is this lore? Did ODST happen 400 years before Halo in the Helldivers universe? I don't know. I don't want to make that jump, but this is a big homage to all of the stuff in Halo. I don't know anything about the guns. I did recognize the MA5C assault rifle because it's kind of hard not to recognize that assault rifle considering it is the standard assault rifle in Halo. I don't know anything about the IP, but I'm excited for these guns because they are all things that aren't in the game. So it looks like these guns won't be moddable. This was confirmed in the Discord. So there won't be adding extended mags and other things. These will be more like the Killzone collab where they kind of have a fixed setup to them. And it looks like the SMG and the pistol have built-in suppressors, which is absolutely huge. SMG looked like it had a pretty decent-sized mag, too. I think it was like 48. And the armors are designed to reduce footstep sound, discover POIs faster, and become immune to leg injuries, which is definitely a gotta go fast armor passive. I don't know if they're light or heavy armor. It looks like they look like medium and light, maybe. To tell us exactly what type of armors these are. By removing excess shoulder protection. Okay, one's probably light, one's probably medium. That's my guess. And then they have a Hell Jumper cape as well. So another thing I noticed too is this Warbond's going to cost a little bit more at 1,500 super credits, and they're calling it a Legendary Warbond. The premium Warbond tokens launching on the 26th are for people buying the game after the 26th to get Super Citizen. And when you get Super Citizen Edition, you'll get a premium Warbond token. This allows you to unlock any of the Warbonds previous to this. So, pretty huge choice on the amount of Warbonds. For the new Xbox players coming in, pick up Democratic Detonation. It's got the most content per out of all the Warbonds before this. It will let you get bug holes and squid ships and fabricators killed real easy with the grenade pistol and the eruptor and the crossbow, giving you some more utility that you don't get from a lot of the other weapons. Because any gun can really kill things, but to have choices on a primary or a secondary to close those sort of objectives is pretty important and will help you out a bit. So I'm going to check out this video again. Actually, I've got it up in another tab. And I'm wondering how stealth gameplay is going to actually work. How effective it actually can be. The pump action. Let's go. So one of the things I noticed, and I think it was mentioned somewhere, was the assault rifles actually got the compass on it, but the compass is it's interesting because it is a Helldiver skull. It's a skull pointed sideways, and with the ammo counter. So typical Helldivers fashion, you know which way's north on your gun while looking at it without checking the map, which is kind of hilarious. We got all the green themed skins coming from the car, the FRB, the XO shuttle, Hellpod skin. I think it's kind of a middle ground. Like, I own every Warbond, so I think it's a middle ground between what some of the early Warbonds had and what some of the late ones had. I mean, obviously, there's some people who are going, this pricing is a little high because the Warbond started getting lighter, but this Warbond has more in it, and also it has some really iconic stuff that is super desirable. It's a collab. I mean, whatever you want to call it, it is literally a collab Warbond. So I feel like charging a premium for something that people are super desirable, or super desiring, and really want isn't all that bad. I'm pretty excited to see how mechanically how the stealth gameplay may or may not play out, because as much as people want to use suppressed weapons, it's going to be hard to find a full squad of people that want to do stealth-based stuff. And then also, I want to know how enemy patrol triggering is going to work when you kill enemies with a suppressed gun, like the M7S or the SOCOM pistol. Because if enemies can still pop and do their patrols upon seeing a Helldiver or seeing their friends die, then I'm not sure how well that will work for stealth gameplay. But at the same time, this Warbond coming out on the 26th, we might see something like that in a patch come, between now and the Xbox release. I think that's the more interesting thing to me, is how does this affect the stealth gameplay? I'm looking at this as purely from someone who has played Helldivers. I'm not looking at it from someone who's played Halo. I'm trying to see how does this augment the Helldiver arsenal, and will feet first really be worth it? It's like prevents leg injuries. Now, there was one for limb injuries, I believe, in the ceremonial armor, but I can't remember if it was all limbs. I think it was all limbs. Where is the armor on this? Feet first, yeah. Less noise, immune to leg injury, so you'll never get a leg injury, so you'll never get slowed down. And you'll discover POIs faster, which is, hilariously enough, this is honestly not a bad armor passive to be running at the start of the game, because you're going to want to find points of interest and then not aggro random stuff when you're running around trying to get your very first samples, get your very first super credits. Even without a suppressed gun, this will let you run past stuff without being detected as much, which is going to be an interesting concept, because there are going to be a lot of new players jumping in. There'll be a lot of new players going to be looking for samples. They're going to be looking for POIs. They're going to be looking for things to loot. They're not going to know what the heck anything is, and they're just going to be bum rushing it. And I'm sure they're going to be picking up this Warbond. So the armor will actually aid those new players. So try to be nice to the Halo players here coming in from Xbox who have no idea what's going on in the Helldivers universe. They're about to have a lot of deaths. Peace out, guys. I'll see you when this update drops, but a little bit later this time. I'll be back on the 28th. I'll have some videos out between now and then. I'll have some Helldivers videos and some Wildgate videos out. Peace out, dudes.